All right, welcome back. That should be Paul Berlino here, and well, it's time for another track versus track video. And this is another one of those greatest hits against greatest hits TBTs. And this time I'm doing the Eagles. Yeah, I'm doing the Eagles. Their greatest hits, 1971 through 1975. Biggest selling album of all time, apparently. At one time, I don't know, it got overtaken by Michael Jackson or something like that, and now, like Rihanna or Taylor Swift or something has it. I don't know. Whatever, something like that. You can correct me down in the comments. But that goes up against Greatest Hits Volume 2. Okay, and let's see how this goes. Let's get my tally sheet going here. Eagles 1 versus Eagles 2. Okay. All right. Let's get started here. All right. So track number 1 on Volume 1. Take It Easy. Yeah, Take It Easy. From the first Eagles album from 1972, written by Jackson Browne, and that goes up against track number 1 on Volume 2, Hotel California. Ooh, what a titan that is, right? I mean, you could not avoid that song in 1977 and in 78, and yet, yeah, you couldn't. There wasn't a day that went by that you didn't hear that song at least once. And I loved that song, and when that Hotel California was brand new, I absolutely loved it. I can't stand it now. I am so completely over that track. So completely over that track. Take It Easy. Greatest Hits Volume 1 runs away with that. Effortlessly. Okay, so track number 2 on Volume 1 is Witchy Woman. Also from the first album, which goes up against track number 2 on Volume 2. Heartache Tonight, which is from the Long Run album, their last album before, the initial breakup. And yeah, no contest. Witchy Woman gets that by miles, by 1,000 miles. Heartache Tonight sucks. Okay, so track number 3 on Volume 1 is Lion Eyes, and that's from the One of These Nights album from 75. And I never really liked this one, especially when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I really just couldn't do country in any form, shape, or form. Even if there was like a hint of country, I couldn't handle it. And this is pretty overtly country. I still don't like Lion Eyes. I probably don't dislike it as much as I did when I was a kid, but I still don't like it. But what's it going up against? Lion Eyes going up against track number 3 on Volume 2, which is Seven Bridges Road from the live album, from the 1980 Eagles live album. Well, Lion Eyes gets that. Yeah, I never liked Lion Eyes, but I'm still going to give it over that. Yeah. Well, who would think that Lion Eyes... Honestly, I would have thought Lion Eyes would have lost against almost anything, but guess not. Seven Bridges Road. Track number 4. Track number 4 on Volume 1. Already Gone from the On the Border album, and that goes up against track number 4 on Volume 2, which is Victim of Love from the Hotel California album. You know what? Volume 2 is on the map. Already Gone and Victim of Love were like those two Eagles attempts to be rockin'. The Eagles always secretly wanted to be rockin', and they could never quite pull it off. They have a couple of pretty good rock and roll songs, but for the most part, that wasn't where their strength was. But I know that's like Glenn Frey and Don Henley. They really wanted to rock, and they just didn't excel in that department. But you know what? Victim of Love is a genuinely rockin' track. I think Already Gone is kind of a lame attempt to rock. Yeah. Victim of Love gets that. Okay, so number 5 on Volume 1, Desperado, from Desperado, from 1973. And that goes up against track number 5 on Volume 2, which is The Sad Cafe from The Long Run. Well, yeah, I'm going to give that to Desperado. That's pretty easy. I mean, the Sat Cafe, there isn't really a lot of great stuff on that last Eagles album on the long run. And a couple of gems, for sure, but not so much that one. Okay, so track number 1, or I'm sorry, track number 6. It's track number 1 on side 2 of Volume 1, but it's track number 6, and this is One of These Nights from the One of These Nights album. And that goes up against track number 6 on Volume 2, which is Life in the Fast Lane. Another one for Volume 1. Oh yeah, One of These Nights. Effortlessly. Man, I really loved One of These Nights when I was a kid. That was that was probably my favorite Eagles song in the 70s. And I don't love it nearly as much as I used to, but it's still a great, great track. And then I'll take that over Life in the Fast Lane. Okay, so track number 7 on Volume 1 is Tequila Sunrise from the Desperado album, and that goes against track number 7 on Volume 2, which is I Can't Tell You Why. This is probably going to be the easiest win out of all of these. Volume 2, I Can't Tell You Why, by 1,000 miles. By 1,000 miles. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now, I Can't Tell You Why over every fucking song on both of these albums. By miles. So yeah, Timothy B. Schmit for the win. Okay, so, and you know what, but for the record, I like Tequila Sunrise. I like that track, but no contest. So track number 8, wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, yes. On Volume 1, that is Take It to the Limit from One of These Nights. I really love Take It to the Limit, and that's going up against track number 8 on Volume 2, which is New Kid in Town. Oh, that's a little bit of a contest. These have been pretty easy so far, but this is kind of a thinker. Take It to the Limit. But I know what I'm going to go with. New Kid in Town, Volume 2. Volume 2 gets that. Now, I always like to Take It to the Limit. Back in the 70s, I mentioned that I really loved Hotel California. I didn't like New Kid in Town. I thought New Kid in Town sucked. And I loved Hotel California. Well, that has flipped. I can't stand Hotel California now, and I love New Kid in Town. Did I say that right? I can't stand Hotel California now, and I love... I'll have to look back at the video to see if I got that right. Okay. Alright, so track number 9 on Volume 1 is Peaceful Easy Feeling from the debut album, and that goes up against track number 9 on Volume 2, which is The Long Run, the title track of the last album of their original run. And, yeah. Peaceful Easy Feeling, easily. Peacefully and easily, I give it to that one. Okay, and then that brings us to the final track. On track 1 on Volume 1 is Best of My Love. Yeah, from On the Border. And, well, that goes up against the last track on Volume 2, which is After the Thrill Is Gone from One of These Nights. Oh, Jesus. Best of My Love. Are you kidding? That's nearly as much of a slam dunk as I Can't Tell You Why. I mean, Best of My Love is actually my second favorite Eagles song. So, and After the Thrill Is Gone, was that even a single? I mean, it probably, I don't know, maybe it was. It probably was. Let me know in the comments. But, yeah. All right, so what do we have here? The Eagles got, Volume 1 got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Volume 2 got 3. So, Volume 1, of course, won. But, Volume 2 got a couple of jabs in there, right? Okay, all right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my dumb but fun track versus track videos. And shout out to Ralph Vieira, a.k.a. Dr. Fuck of the Almost Human channel, who's the guy who invented the track versus track video, and let me copy him. He was very nice about that, and I salute him. And thank you to everybody who's been watching and who's been subscribing. But if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, click the little bell so you can get notifications so you know when videos come out. And yeah. I don't know when I'm going to put this up, so I'm not going to tell you what the Thursday video is, because I don't know when I'm going to put this up. I'm shooting this on the same night as I'm shooting the Kinks versus My Generation one, and so I don't know when this is going up. So this is a mystery. When will you see this? Who knows? I don't know. But I will see you soon. Bye-bye.